This is the story of one man's journey, overcoming shoulder surgery, overcoming the odds to find a cure for primary progressive aphasia, or PPA, a rare disease that affects his grandfather, a disease that affects 1 million Americans, and how OrthoCarolina helped along the way.
The injury that I had was pretty severe. I was playing sports and I fell on the ground on my right shoulder and I fully tore my right rotator cuff and my labrum. It was pretty debilitating and I knew something was wrong immediately. My neighbor is a nurse and she recommended OrthoCarolina. So I had went in for a consult and I had heard about Dr. Pisecki through her and other people, and I had heard that he was one of the younger surgeons who had a lot of experience in the field of rotator cuff surgery, and from the minute that he and I started speaking, I knew this was going to be a good choice. One of the most amazing things about Dr. Pisecki is how friendly and accessible he was, and he really caught me off guard because usually you go into a doctor's office, he or she sees you for a couple minutes and then they move on. That's just been my past experience. But with Dr. Pisecki, when I came into the office, he took his time and he was thorough with his examination and he listened to all the questions I had. He was never in a rush. He asked me if I understood what was going on, if I had any questions, any concerns, and that was really comforting going into the surgery. The very first night after surgery, I was in a lot of pain, and it was about 2:30 in the morning. My mom, who was down here helping taking care of me for the first week, said, "Call Dr. Pisecki." So I called Dr. Pisecki at 2:30 in the morning, and within 2 rings he picked up, talked with me for about 10 minutes, calmed me down a little bit, told me what I needed to do, and said, "If you need anything else, call me." And to me, that just is way above and beyond. The restrictions that Dr. Pisecki gave, he was pretty specific. He said, you could go back to work in about 3 months' time. He said, if you want to do any activities like walking, maybe even running around a little bit, 6 to 9 months. Before the New York City Marathon, Run for Papa had never even been thought of. It wasn't until after I was leaving Central Park with my younger brother who lives in Manhattan, and he told me, "Jason, there's something I want to tell you, but I'm afraid you're going to do it." Jared said, "I heard there's a Great Wall of China half marathon." So I researched it and I found out not only was there a half marathon, but there was a full marathon. And after watching a 3-minute video, I realized that without a doubt I was going to run the Great Wall of China marathon, but I wanted to do it for something more important than just running. I wanted to do it for a cause. And when I kept thinking about my grandfather and everything he was going through, I thought, what a perfect catalyst to bring the Great Wall of China and his disease of primary progressive aphasia to the forefront of people's minds. With this disease, people lose the ability to communicate and comprehend language over time externally, but internally, their minds are still sharp. So it's almost like the person's trapped inside their own brain. My grandfather, he practiced as a pediatrician for over 50 years. It was never about money to him, so he was working Monday through Saturday, and he was doing house calls, and if a kid was sick on Sunday and they were a patient of my grandfather's, he was showing up. So to me, to see that level of commitment, I just thought he's cared for people his entire life, and now his mind is still sharp, but he can't process externally. So that's what motivated me to start this was just his commitment to people and caring, and now I want to give back to people like him and other patients with this disease. The way my organization works is that I'm partnered with Northwestern University. They're the #1 medical research in the world for this disease, so they are the nonprofit. Together, we form a partnership, so when people make donations to the Run for Papa cause, Northwestern has agreed to waive all their admin fees, so literally 100% of every dollar donated goes to fund research. One of the great things about OrthoCarolina is when I came to them with this idea, I said that I specifically wanted them and no other medical facility in the Charlotte area to be a part of this cause, because I came to OrthoCarolina for my consult before the surgery. I had Dr. Pisecki perform the surgery, and then I had Jeff Ko help me with the rehab. It fit in with my life and who I went to help take me from a very dark place of being quite miserable and depressed from my surgery to the idea of the Run for Papa campaign, and I wanted the partnership of OrthoCarolina. They are one of my sponsors out here in Charlotte, and the only exclusive medical sponsor, specifically because of what they were able to do for my life and put me back on the track of doing productive things for myself and others. I think you can take something that's happened to you, that's been difficult, and turn it into so much more. It's the unexpected parts that come as a result of that that really are the most rewarding.